Hello, it's D2 Diz here, and this is gonna be a different show. No visual, no image. It's just me talking into my mic, and you can listen to me. The reason I wanted to make this show in this type, this style, is so you all can listen to me while you are on your way to work or on your way to the grocery store or while you're doing dishes and your husband is away or your wife is away and you're at home. You can still be doing your chores at home, whatever it is you have to do, and still listen to me. And there's no you're missing nothing because there's nothing on the stream really. I'm gonna add images for entertainment purposes for those of you who are listening to this and still keeping your eyes on the phone so that there could be some pictures on it there as over my voice so you can watch it. Um, but this style I want to do it like if it's a radio style kind of show and yeah, so thanks for listening. Welcome to the show. I'm going to refer to this show as I'm Nobody because I'm a nobody. But if you're listening to me, I appreciate it. Thank you very much for giving this show a chance, and I hope you enjoyed it. I am going to entertain you as much as possible. Now, this show isn't gonna be like my series that I have on here on my YouTube channel. It's not gonna be like my tube. That show is still in existence. That's a separate show where I'm going to still carry on and ranting about me and my life experiences. This is not what this show is gonna be. This is gonna be a totally different animal. It's gonna be a totally different thing. In this show, I'm going to talk about things that I enjoy in entertainment. It could be music, television, film, whatever. And I'm going to give my opinion on things like that. And while subjects or personal things might pop up from time to time, I'm going to try to avoid those topics because those are supposed to be for my tube series. Um, but nonetheless, that is what the show is. And once again, the show is I'm Nobody because that's exactly what I am. I am a nobody. I'm not world famous. I'm not well known. I've been doing the YouTube thing for a couple years and I'm still a nobody, but that's okay. I don't need to be special. I don't need to be famous. I don't need to be known. I still love being me and enjoy being me. And I am happy, and that's all that matters. Okay, so first, before we continue on, I feel the need to introduce myself. Once again, I'm D2Diz. That name originated from the days I did backyard wrestling. I came up with the name all by myself, and I still use it today. And that name I came up with for myself uh, when I was in backyard wrestling. When was that? In 2010. The D2Diz was the name, and I still carry that name with me. Um, some people have told me in the past that it's a unique name, and so I should stick with it, and therefore I have since. There's others like my brother who thought it sounded stupid originally, and I don't know how he feels about it now, but That is what it is. Anyway, the name, what it really is D2. Is D2 because my first name and my middle name both start with the letter D. So that's two D's in my name. And this sort of saying disaster or dizzy because sometimes I will get dizzy. Anyways, let's move on to more interesting subjects and matter. So, I did say I was going to talk about things in entertainment, giving my opinion on TV shows, music, movie, whatever. But before that, I wanted to say that I started this. I drank this new energy drink for the first time today. I have had the Rockstar energy drink, different varieties of them, but this is the first time that I noticed, and I, I, I think it's a new one. I'm not sure, but I think it's a new one because they didn't have it before. And this time it was well displayed as if advertising it for the first time. I don't know. I'm not sure, but I think it's a new one that they um, made out, and it's this one's called Rockstar Hardcore, and it also says on the container here apple. It's flavor with other natural flavors. It's 240 mg caffeine per can. That's a lot. Like I said, I had Rockstar energy drinks before, but the first time ever I had this specific type, the Rockstar Hardcore Apple, and it tastes like the apple soda. It's a very good tasting apple energy drink. I recommend it. It's not sponsored or anything. I'm just recommending it because I did enjoy it. I enjoy every Rockstar I had before. I had the purple one, the red, the other green, the voltage. I have that one in the refrigerator. Save up for a night of work, couple of days from now. I had those before many times, but once again, the first time I had this Apple one, and it's for whatever reason it's called hardcore. I don't know what that means. It has more calories than the others, but it did taste good once again, um, and I recommend it strongly to anyone looking for a new energy drink. If the others you tried and they're not good enough for you, give Rockstar a try. You might like it. I'm not gonna guarantee anything, but I'm just gonna say and put out there that I enjoyed it. And once again, not sponsored, just me giving my opinion. So before I give ever my opinion on entertainment things, let me put out there to the world to notice um, what I like, okay, in entertainment. What kind of stuff I like out there, okay. First off and foremost, the type of movies I enjoy watching are horror films. Um, Not a whole lot from this modern era, but I'll get into that later at some other time. Hopefully in this video, if not some other time. So that I really do enjoy the horror film genres, um, all types of subculture horror films, whether it be slasher or other type of horror films, ghost stories, what have you. I really do enjoy those. Um, what else am I into? I know I'm into Marvel films. I'm a big supporter of the Marvel movies, the Marvel cinematic films. Uh, I grew up being a major fan of Spider-Man. I seen all of the films of Spider-Man before the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The ones with Tobey Maguire, um, and the ones with Andrew Garfield, the Amazing Spider-Man series, um, and currently the current series of Spider-Man films. I'm still waiting for the Spider-Man Far From Home that's coming out soon. I'll give my opinion on that once I watch it after it's available to the public. Um, so yeah, I'm a big Spider-Man fan. I always have been. Um, if you watch my videos, I have, and it's standing right here next to me on the side on my laptop here on my office area. Here's this Spider-Man plush, um, this stuffed animal of Spider-Man that I refer to as Baby Spidey. I'm now holding it in my hands. I have that Spider-Man fluff. Mm, I have this thing that I got on my birthday. Um, at the mall, the Disney store, is these Spider-Man collectibles figurines. It's a Spider. It's right next to the Spider-Man fluff right here on my office desk area. There's two of them here. Um, I don't know how to really explain, but there's two. One is Spider-Man basically on. He's positioned in a way that he's on all four legs or on the ground. I guess he's getting ready to pounce on somebody. I don't know. And that's the second one. He's got he's tippy toeing, but he's got one hand on the ground and the second one in the the I love you gimmick for when he clicks for the shoot his web sign. On the other hand, he's getting ready for some action there on that second figurine. Um, Up here above me, I have some shelves. Um, and there's a shelf. There's a Spider-Man. Um, he's he doesn't have a mask. You can see the face that's supposed to be of forgot his name, of Tom Holland. Excuse me. Who played Spider-Man Peter Parker in the newest Spider-Man movies, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, on Spider-Man Homecoming and Civil War, Captain America, and the newest Avenger films. So that's the one I have up there in the shelf. He's a Spider-Man. He's got the uniform of Spider-Man, but he's got no mask, and you see his face and hair. Next to him, we got an action figure of Shocker, one of the villains that I always been a fan of from the Spider-Man universe. Since I was a little boy, I've been a fan of this villain, Shocker. Um, that Shocker is, I think it is based on the movie. Well, actually, no, because in the movie he wasn't in full uniform or wear a mask or anything like that. So it basically based on the animated series, or it has the original look, with the yellow mask and the full outfit and everything. So I got that Shocker right next to that Spider-Man. One of my favorite villains in the Spider-Man franchise universe. And then right next to that Shocker, you got my Ant-Man. Also bought at the Disney store here locally at the mall. Next to that Ant-Man toy, you got the little wasp. They came together as a package. The little wasps from Ant-Man and the Wasp, obviously. Also a fan of Ant-Man in general. Then on the second shelf, right next, or right below it, we have the continuation of the figurine collection, and that's the the hoodie neighborhood Spider-Man that he wears the hoodie before Tony Stark gives him the better costume in the Spider-Man Homecoming film. Next to that, you got the Iron Man figurine. Next to that one, I got the Vulture figurine. And all of these figurines I'm talking about, of course, based on the Homecoming Spider-Man movie, came out recently. Um, not recently, but the other year. Um, Next to the Vulture, we got the Shocker, the second Shocker. Um, he's there, and so those are the figurines that came together from the Spider-Man Homecoming collection. Once again, I got that at the Disney store, excuse me. But point being, I'm a huge fan of Marvel, most especially Spider-Man. I, I'm a die-hard fan of Spider-Man. Anything Spider-Man, I want it. If I'm able to get my hands on it and purchase it for me to own it, I probably will. Not if it's too expensive though, but I will dream of it. But I do have that about Spider-Man. I might have a few more things. Can't really come to mind right now. Oh yeah, I do have the Iron Spider-Man, by the way. It came with an Infinity Stone. It's somewhere in these tubes with the rest of my action figures. And that's another thing. I do have a lot of action figures, not just Marvel characters, but wrestling figures. More on that some other time later on. So yes, as far as movie goes, I'm a fan of horror films and superhero films, mostly Marvel rather than DC. DC, the only character I really into is Flash. I love the series The Flash that's on CW network. I kinda did like Arrow, but after a season and a half, I just didn't care to watch anymore, and I didn't watch it as it was new. I think I got into it, started watching it on Netflix when it was on the fourth season, I believe. But Arrow did not carry my attention too long for me to continue, watching the next episode after another one. But mostly when it came to the Flash, yes, and it could also be because I always been a fan of the Flash as well, just like with Spider-Man, a fan of the Flash since I was a kid. So that may play a role in me favoring it. The series is awesome on CW, and once the current season hits Netflix, I'm gonna start bench watching it with my wife. I got her into it, um, and we'll check that out when it's available on Netflix. Okay, those are the type of movies I'm into, just so you're aware. Um, what other movies? I'm not really a fan of action films. Not can't really name an action film on the top of my head that I enjoyed. Don't really think there's one out there that I enjoyed. So who knows? Um, what other type of films? Let's see. I think that's about it. Um, who knows? But mostly it's just that superhero Marvel films. I did enjoy Justice League. Um, I'm looking forward for the new Flash movie in a couple years. I know they're having issues with that, but when it hits theaters, I will be there to watch it. Um, and yeah, so those are the type of films I'm into. Okay, let's move on to other categories in entertainment. Music, I'm mostly a fan of punk rock or rock, different rock alternatives, really. Um, what type of music? There, I mean, I'll really like any kind of music. Like I'll be somewhere at a restaurant or I'm at work, and it's music is playing in the ceiling, and I might enjoy a song, but not to the point that those are not the type of songs that I would listen to on my own and be playing on the headset while I'm taking a walk at the park or whatever. Those are not the type of music, excuse me, that I would listen to on my phone or whatever. But I would still like those music somewhat. They're just not my preference, I guess you can say. Now, TV shows. I don't like to watch a lot of TV shows. I really don't. So these days, whatever's on Netflix, and a lot of things don't hold my attention long enough for me to continue watching the next episode and the next. You really gotta be different and unique and stand out to me. Um, there's a lot of shows on Netflix I did enjoy watching with the wife, and I'll get into those in a little bit. So I'm not really a TV guy that, when watching TV, I'm not skipping through channels looking for something to watch. I really not. You know, when the time comes that I want to sit down and watch something, I'll go to Netflix or with my wife. Uh, to be honest, I don't really watch any shows on my own. I don't really enjoy watching stuff on my own as far as TV shows. Um, but like when I do watch stuff on my phone, it's me watching stuff on YouTube. Um, there's a lot of good content on YouTube. So let me get into some of the stuff I watch on YouTube. I'm subscribed to Cinema Sin. I think it's very entertaining and sometimes funny. I'm subscribed to the Matt Hardy brand. He puts Matt Hardy, the WWE superstar wrestler, puts up a lot of content that is entertaining and interesting to watch that you don't see on WWE television. He's been doing that for a while too. I subscribe to Fluffy Talks. He does a lot of videos that are like WTF is happening in these videos. You're bad at Tinder, you're stupid, you're bad at Walmart, you're bad at social media. And he's very funny, especially in his earlier videos of him giving some strange news. Um, what else do I enjoy on YouTube? Silly Super Pop, Grimm's Toy Show. Grimm is very hilarious and his vlogs with his heel wife. I find them very entertaining. I like Wheezy Waiter. Um, my wife likes watching it with me as well sometimes. I like Grade A Under A. If you heard of him, you know what I'm talking about. Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast is a great one. I like him as well. He's very entertaining and to me, in my opinion, does content that nobody else does really that I have seen at least. And he does a lot of videos that I assume took a lot of budget and money. So to me, in my opinion, he's the best of the best when it comes to YouTube. Let's see who else I subscribe here. The Great One. He reviews Raw and SmackDown. He does video game videos for WWE 2K20 and 2K19 and other wrestling news videos. Sometimes I agree with what he's saying. A lot of times I don't, but I still find him entertaining. And I don't watch everything that he puts up there, but enough of it to subscribe. I'm subscribed to the Rocky Mountain Pro. It's a wrestling organization based on the state of Colorado, I believe. And I got into it. I'll watch some of it, not a lot of it, but I first heard of it thanks to Vince Russo. And I am subscribed to Vince Russo's YouTube channel where he puts up the video from his brand, the Vince Russo brand. And I do like to watch his videos of castrating the marks and 8 days a week and other stuff that you might find on his channel. Speaking of Vince Russo, I also subscribe to Truth with Consequences where he does the show with Matt Coon. So those are podcast stuff. Vince Russo, if you don't know who he is, he was the writer of WWE during the Attitude Era and WCW right after that, and then he was the writer in TNA for 10 years. So I like listening to his input
and I agree with most of the things he says about why Raw and SmackDown and WWE in general is just god awful these days. I also subscribe to Prince Macau. He does videos of WWE 2K video games, a lot of created War Rumbles, and now recently he's been doing NBA 2K plays that I haven't really watched, and I haven't really watched any of his videos recently, but I think he has a unique voice that entertains me, especially when you hear him do the commentary where he says stuff like, "Oh my goodness, come on." I find him entertaining when it comes to him doing commentary for these video games. That's just my opinion. I'm also subscribed to Up Up Down Down, which is the channel of WWE superstar Xavier Woods. Um, I'm subscribed to the Angry Joe Show as well. He reviews movies and video games. Butch Hartman, the creator of Very Odd Parents, and Danny Phantom, I'm subscribed to. Um, the odd, the odd ones out. Haven't really seen him put out any videos lately, but there he is. Um, who else? Who else here? Dang Matt Smith. Okay, I subscribe to him. Lucas. Lucas, he played Fred in the Fred movies on Nickelodeon. I'm subscribed to him. Haven't really watched any of his videos lately, but about a few months ago I would watch a lot of his videos. Of course, I'm subscribed to Jacksepticeye. I don't know why. It's very rare that I watch his videos, but when I do, I'm always entertained by it. Um, who else is here? Take a look. Josh Peck. Josh Peck. Subscribe to Josh Peck. He's a celebrity. Yeah, from Drake and Josh. I'm subscribed to him. Who else? Who else is here that I can talk about? Oh yeah, Boogie 2988 with his Francis gimmick. I like that character Francis, but he also does other type of videos most of the time. Um, so yeah, those are just some of the channels that I subscribe to here on YouTube. Um, T Pindell, he's entertaining that as well. J Stu Studios, those guys do a lot of forts at Walmart, and they're kind of entertaining and funny, and I do enjoy watching J Stu Studios. So yeah, mm, those are just some of the channels I subscribe to. I'm not friends with any of these people. No one's paying me to bring them up. I'm just letting you all know what I enjoy watching here on YouTube. Okay, now back to TV shows. A couple weeks back, my wife and I sat down together on the futon and we started watching Shameless on Netflix. This show has been around a while on TV. I never checked it out. I never even heard of it. Um, so my wife and I started watching it together. We watched the pilot. After it was over, I didn't really think it was that good for me to continue watching. Um, it wasn't bad. It's just a lot. I felt like they gave me no purpose to come back to the show again and continue watching. There's no reason to watch, the second episode because everything you wanted to know, was on that first episode, and there's really no cliffhangers or anything to bring you back for the next episode. Um, so I tell that to my wife, but she says it's a pilot. Pilots are never as good as the rest of the show. Give it a chance. Let's watch the second episode. So, okay, a day or two later, whenever it was, we sit down again together. We watched the second episode. At the end of it, I'm still not convinced to continue watching. and I tell her I'm not sure I'm gonna watch the rest of this series with you. A few nights later, she asked me, "Are you gonna continue the show with me?" I told her no. Um, to me, there's a lot missing. There's a lot of um, to me, it wasn't that interesting or entertaining. Um, to me, stuff happened on that second episode that I thought, okay, it looks good. I see where they're going with this. Maybe they'll carry this problem out for 3 to 4 episodes or for the remainder of the season. I don't know. So that you have something to look forward to in the next couple episodes. But it didn't happen like that. They will solve that problem like a minute or two after it started on screen. Um, so to me, that was the issue. I don't know if it's the same after that episode or the seasons prior, but you gotta catch me at the very start, or to me, you're not good enough, and I'm not gonna waste my time. Continue watching. That's just my opinion on that show. Um, Other shows that we watched together that I did enjoy was a show called You. It's spelled YOU, just like the word you. That's very interesting to me. After the first episode, I did want to watch the rest, and we finished that show in a couple of days and probably a week or maybe even less. That show had only one season up on Netflix, and it was good. I recommend it. That's just my opinion, and I think um, is one of the better shows I've seen in recent time, and I do recommend that show to anyone. I know it wasn't originally on Netflix, but now it is there, so want to check it out. In my opinion, you should. I think it was written well, and in my opinion, it's a good one to watch. So go check it out. I enjoyed that one. I thought the character came across very well. Great acting. I think the character was produced just right. A believable character. I don't remember the character's name at the moment, but the main character that he's stalking this girl and gets her to actually talk to him and um, hook up with him and stuff. He is There's a lot of stuff that he does that is insane. It's just and it's interesting. And he played the character well. He was produced to playing the character very well. I loved it, and good job on anyone that worked on this series and putting them over. Now, off of Netflix, of course, there's been TV shows that I've watched in the past that I enjoyed. Psych comes to mind. I watched it originally on the USA Network. I do believe I watched the first 3 seasons as it was going on. After that, I just lost track of it. You know what happens is when they change date and time, I forget because I'm used to the original date and time that the new episodes air. So I forget, um, and I just lose track, and you know stuff like that happens. But I did watch a few episodes of the later seasons. I did not watch the final episode. I do regret it, and up to this day I have not watched the latest episode. Um, I hope to watch that, continue with that. I do have the first 2 seasons of Psych, and I thought it was a good show, very well done, and that's in my opinion. So if you've never seen it, um, it's not on Netflix, and I don't know if it's on Hulu. I don't want to mislead anyone, but I have them on DVD. The first 2 seasons. I did order them on Best Buy years ago. Um, way years after the series ended. I know they did a movie that came out in the holiday season of 2017. I watched that movie. Me and my wife watched it together. It was pretty good. It was pretty good. Um, Probably not that great, but I would say it was pretty good. I know they're working on Psych the movie too, um, so hopefully when that comes out, I get a chance to watch it. But yeah, that was a show that I was really into when it was new. The first 3 seasons, I'm sure I watched, like I said, when it was new. After that, I just, for whatever reason, I didn't. Um, but yeah, I enjoyed that series, and I'll put it over to anyone who will listen to me. Um, Meaning, I will give it 2 thumbs. My recommendation for that series. So if you never heard of the series Psych, because for whatever reason you never heard of it, go check it out somewhere. Find it somewhere to watch it, or ask anyone you know if they have it on DVD or whatever. Find a way to watch it. And it's good. It's good. I think so. Another series that I got heavily into, which I don't usually get into series that heavily, was Bates Motel. So heavily, I got the first 2 seasons on DVD as soon as they came out. In my opinion, the third season wasn't as good. I thought it was a little more boring in comparison to the first 2 seasons, but I still enjoyed the third season, don't get me wrong. The fourth and fifth season to me wasn't as great as the first two either. There's a lot of stuff I didn't like about the fifth season and how it ended, how they changed things from the original Psycho movie. Um, but overall, I guess you can say it was still a great TV show. 5 seasons of Bates Motel that I enjoyed watching. Um, and I would probably go back and watch the first 2 seasons I have on DVD, and probably the other three some other time, just so I can refresh. But yeah, I did enjoy that show. So if you never checked out Bates Motel, basically the premise of the show is that it's a spin-off prequel to the Psycho movies um, that were made in 1960s and beyond. I know it spun a couple of sequels that no one really knows. Speaking of, I do have Psycho on DVD as well, so I'm a huge fan of Psycho and Norman Bates. I have Psych the movie. Excuse me. I have Psycho, the Alfred Hitchcock movie, black and white with Anthony Perkins starring, and then I have the sequels as well. I have the sequels. I have Psycho 2, 3, 4, and I do believe they attempted back then to do a Bates Motel movie um, that has really supposed to be the same universe of Psycho, but it's not with the same characters. I don't know. It was supposed to be based on the hotel, but not the characters. But I do have the season 1 and 2 once again of Bates Motel. So yeah, I'm a huge fan of Psycho. Um, so that's probably why I had a lot of issues with the changes on the final season of Bates Motel, because it didn't stick to the original concept that was Psycho. Um, so I don't know. That's just my opinion. But that is a show I enjoyed as well. So y'all should check it out if you never did. Now, years ago, when I heard the Scream, the TV series was gonna be developed into a series, I was excited. I'm a huge fan of Scream. But when it came to my TV on MTV, it was very disappointing to watch. Um, it really disappointed me. Scream the series, season one was wasn't up to par in my opinion. There's a lot of elements that were changed that, in my opinion, could make the show bad. It was aimed too much towards teenagers that MTV plays for, um, and they target that audience. And I thought they should stick more to, like, yes, you want to get in new fans for the series, rather than just bring in the original fans that watch the original movies. But there's a lot of stuff that I was like, no, they should have kept the original Ghostface mask, and there's no reference that this is connected somehow to the movies. Um, Not even the mention of the Stab movie, which is a movie within the movie in the Scream series. No, nothing of that element. Nothing in reference to the characters from the movie in that series. Nothing like that. But that's not why I think it was bad. There's a lot of reasons why I thought it was bad, um, but just those are just some of them. And the second season, I thought it was even worse. Um, when it's predictable who your main killer is or whatever, it's just bad because I knew beforehand that character was going to be a killer since the first second he was on the show back in the first season. So overall, both seasons were disappointing. Um, and it's been taking too long to get to the third season. But based on who they hired for the show, um, I can tell you right here and then it's not gonna be any better. It's not gonna be any better. That's my opinion. And it's just just kill it the series already. I would do things differently. Obviously, I can't. Um, I have a lot of opinions on that as to why it's not working out. But to me, it was a very disappointing show to watch. It was very, very boring. It did not keep my interest at all, and I'm pretty sure a lot of original fans of Scream would agree with me. Um, so that's just my opinion on that. Again, I'm a big, big fan of Scream. I have Scream 1 and 2 on DVD. If I ever find the third one on DVD, I'll buy that one as well. Scream 4, I'll buy it as well. So I have those DVDs, Scream 1, 2, I want 3 and 4. Um, I want I want to see a fifth Scream movie produced where at the end of it you know it's a close, done, sealed, it's over, it's not happening again. And there's a lot of ways they can turn this into. And if we don't see a fifth Scream movie, I will hope for a reboot. I have a lot of ideas for Scream reboot and different directions you can take it to. But I think I want to save that for another type of show where I give my creative ideas and thoughts on stuff. Um, so that won't make this show, but I do want to point out I'm a huge fan of Scream. If there was ever an action figure available for me to purchase, I would so. Um, so yeah. Also in movies, I'm a huge fan of Saw. I gotta be honest, at first I thought these movies were god terrible. I thought Saw movies had no creativity. I thought they lacked interest. Um, I guess it was from me not really understanding what the movies were about and not really understanding the whole plot and twists and turns. Maybe it was the age when the first one came out. I believe I was 16 or about to be 16, or who knows, depending on the month it originally came out in. I believe it was October, so I was probably had just turned 17. Excuse me, I'm not sure. But those Saw movies, I have the whole collection in one package of the entire DVD for from Saw 1 to 6. Jigsaw, it's an entire different story. It's which I watched Jigsaw when it was on Redbox. When was it? 2 years ago. Um, and I didn't like it. It was disappointing. Well, I wouldn't say it was disappointing because I kind of knew that it wouldn't be as good as the others. Seeing the trailer, it looked cheaper, um, and I just didn't like the story they went with. I thought it could have done better, but yeah, Jigsaw wasn't my cup of tea. But the other Saws I thought were very creative and entertaining. Now that I watched years later as an adult. But originally, when they first came out, I garbage on them. I buried them to anyone who would listen. I thought it lacked creativity. I thought it lacked interest and stuff like that. Yes, it's not perfect, but it's good enough. I like these Saw movies. I have the collection once again. So that means I must really love them. Wait a minute, I just looked. I actually do have Scream 3 on DVD here. I have forgotten totally about it. Um, so yeah, I just need Scream 4 then. Looks about it. I'm pretty sure that I don't have the fourth one. Not gonna make that mistake. So I can't wait to watch some of the upcoming movies that are coming this year whenever I get a chance. I know Captain Marvel just came out from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Marvel Studios. I'll check that out as soon as I can. But I'm really looking forward to watching Avengers Endgames to see where the story goes from the, I guess, cliffhanger that ended in the previous Avengers Infinity War movie. So I'm very much looking forward into how they bring back these characters and what story they're gonna go with, um, and how they're gonna defeat the villain Thanos. So I'm looking forward to that film, and I'm also looking forward to Spider-Man: Far From Home, which is the sequel from Spider-Man: Homecoming. Um, what else am I looking forward to? I am looking forward to um, Annabelle's third movie from the Conjuring universe. Um, I don't think there's a trailer out there yet. I do believe it's coming out this year. Um, and then they're gonna release. I think it's next year. I'm not sure. I'm not looking at anything right now. I'm just going based on what I remember. I'm pretty sure Conjuring 3 or the third movie in the Conjuring series is gonna come out next year. Um, and I'm looking forward to that one as well. It's still in the works, I believe, and also I believe they're making the spin-off of the Crooked Man, which is the character they introduced in Conjuring 2. So I'm looking forward to that one as well as for the Conjuring universe. Um, Other movies I'm looking forward to, and it's pretty damn soon that's coming out this year is it's a movie called Curse of La Llorona. La Llorona is a big legend here in the Mexican culture here locally in town. It's a big thing. Everybody knows that story. So for a movie to be based on La Llorona, I'm really looking forward to that, and hopefully they do it justice. And I'll give my opinion once the movie has been seen by my eyes. Let's go back to it in case it's been on your mind. Here's the other Rockstar Green that I have in the refrigerator. I have it with me just so I can tell you all. It's called Rockstar Revolve. There's a difference. These both are green. The first one I said was Rockstar Hardcore, and it's an apple flavor. This can is black and green. Okay, that's the one I drank earlier. The one in my hand, it's completely green from top to bottom. I love the design. I love it. But this one's Rockstar Revolt. It's a killer citrus. Citrus. Killer Citrus. Make up your mind. You decide what it says. I'm a horrible reader sometimes. Um, but you know how I said I wasn't sure if the hardcore one is the only one that, or that has more caffeine than the others. No, this one too also says 240 mg caffeine per can. So there's an update for you. Um, let's see. They're both 16 FL ounce. They're both 473 milliliters. Looks to be everything the same. Let's see some differences here. Um, total carb horrible at words. Total carbohydrate on the hardcore is 30G with 10%. Over on the revolt, it's 32G but with 11%. So there's a difference there. Um, the hardcore has 30G while the revolt has 32 grams of sugar. They're both zero in protein. It's just some stuff for you to think about. But again, I had the Rockstar Revolt multiple times for over an year, and I love it. But it was the first time I had the hardcore. But I loved it too now. So if I ever find another one, I'll probably get my hands on it as well. In entertainment, I also like wrestling since I was 11 years old. I loved watching it. Um, I wouldn't say I love it these days. It's just horrible to watch on TV now. Boring and it's just not the same. A lot about it in a bad way has changed. I'm not gonna rant too much into it. This is not what the show is about. It's not gonna be about just wrestling. Um, but I do want to mention a little something about it. Um, in my opinion, this coming WrestleMania that they're building to, that's gonna happen on April 7th. To me, I look at the card, and to me, in my opinion, it's the worst card ever for any WrestleMania um, that I've seen. Um, and to me, there's a lot that's not being built to. Not interesting enough or at all, in my opinion. They're not building up these matches that well. I'm not interested in any of them really. Even the big matches that are supposed to be big, not interested in them. I first got excited when the feud between Batista, Triple H started, but a week later, that interest died on me because it's just horrible build-up. Um, so yeah, and now that I hear that the women are gonna be in the main event, just I don't know if that's a good thing for me because that means I get to stop watching the show 30 minutes earlier than everybody else. Um, or that's bad because I don't want them in the main event, not because they're women, or because I just think that they are not good enough, them specifically, to be in the main event. Um, so I'll give more thoughts on that maybe on another time. I don't want to spend too much time talking about that. I just wanted to make out the point that this WrestleMania to me, the card is just horrible. It's a lot of whatever matches um, thrown together at the last minutes, and those that are, you know, thought out more, those that were put more thoughts into. Okay, let's have this matchup for WrestleMania. I feel like they're not being built great. So um, so come WrestleMania, whether if the show is bad or good, I don't think I'm gonna leave disappointed because I'm going into watching it thinking this is gonna be a bad show. That's my opinion. Um, so hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully the show ends up being better than I think it will be. But I just feel it won't deliver. It to me, as we build up to the event, it's not feeling like a WrestleMania build up. I don't feel like it's the season of WrestleMania. And once again, just my opinion. Oh, did I forgot to mention I have this metallic sign above my laptop here. It's a Pac-Man. It's a Pac-Man. It's has the logo. It has Pac-Man with legs and shoes. Um, his arms and his gloves. I know a whole lot of people don't know how Pac-Man looks like. outside of just the little head. In that game, there's another game that a lot of people don't realize. It's Pac-Man 2 Avengers. Avengers. Um, Not a lot of people know that game that I talked to, but it is a game, and it's basically that you see Pac-Man has legs, he has a tongue, he has teeth, and he has arms too. And the above Pac-Man, as he has his mouth open, and he's eating one of the little yellow balls, which I assume is an orange based on the game, but also based on the other arcade game, one of the little bolitas, the yellow bolitas, for the little balls of the game. And below him are the four little ghosts, Winky and Pinky, or whatever their names are, I don't recall. The pink one, the red, the blue, and what's that orange one? The ghosts are below him, so that's my sign there above my laptop here, my so-called office area. Um, so yeah, and right next to my laptop is a picture of my daughter. There it is. There's the picture that Grandma printed out for us. And her shirt says, "I'm pretty sure I'm a real princess," and she's wearing um, her what's called ladybug under onesie thingy outfit, and she's right here on my office for me to look at if in case I miss her. And I just put her to bed. She just fell asleep a few months ago. But her image is right here next to Daddy, as I can see her smile back when she was not even a year old. She's already a year and a half, or she's gonna be in a year and a half. Um, well, actually, she's a year and 4 months. So this year in November, she'll be 2 years. But yeah, this picture I'm talking about, that's right here next to my laptop on the desk area, whatever you want to call it. It's when she was less than a year old, and it's right here next to me. In case you're wondering, I'm not a big gamer. I'm not too heavily into video games. I never been that much into video games. I mean, a lot of people I know and talk to, they tell me, oh, they're big into like those shooting games, those first person point of view games, like Call of Duty and stuff like that. Like my nephew Frankie, um, I never got into those. I never was into those type of games, Call of Duty and what was the other one called? I don't remember. Um, so no, I was pretty much the only games I would actually play was the WWE games. Of course, I have them from the Nintendo GameCube. Still have them with me here under my laptop on the bookshelf. And for the Xbox 360, that's over here on the TV in the living room. Um, I have those games still with me. I have every game I ever had, and well, other games I've been into also been anything Marvel. I have the Spider-Man 2 game for GameCube. I have Amazing Spider-Man 2 for my Xbox 360. I'm stuck on that one. I'm stuck on that one, guys. I tried multiple times for many years. You know, I mean, not every day, but I tried. And I'm stuck. I cannot get past the Kingpin. I can't. I just can't get past the Kingpin and Amazing Spider-Man 2. I don't know why. Um, the issue when I played Spider-Man 2 in the GameCube back then was me getting stuck against Rhino, but after a few weeks, I finally was able to defeat Rhino. But then, you know, pretty soon I got stuck when I had to battle Dr. Octavius, the Dr. Octopus, and I've been stuck on that one as well for so many years longer than the Amazing Spider-Man 2, and I'm pretty sure I'm not getting past those. Um, I also have another Spider-Man game called Spider-Man Friend or Foe, also for the Xbox 360. That one I passed within I would say maybe a month or two. It was kind of easy. It's kind of, I guess, for kids a lot more than adults. But it was about 10 years ago, or yeah, a little more than 10 years ago. So I don't know if you want to justify it by saying that I was like 16, 17 years old. So I kind of was a kid compared to now, where I'm going to be 30 this September, by the way. Um, so yeah, those are some of the games that I remember always playing, but usually more into the WWE games. I actually also have the Monster Truck games for WWE. If it was for the GameCube as well, it's called WWE Crush Hour, where the WWE wrestler superstars, they're in monster trucks, and these monster trucks shoot out fire rockets and missiles, and it's just amazing. The different arenas and different kind of matches or battles that you can play with, and I love that one as well. I still have it. My GameCube, I believe, I don't have it with me. I believe it's at my mom's apartment under her TV. I left it there at least. Um, I gotta call my brother and ask him to check to confirm that it's still there. Uh, hope they didn't throw it away or sold it or pawned it or anything like that. I doubt it, but you never know. Maybe someone stole it because they weren't aware that it was there. Um, but it should be there. It should be at my mom's, unless they took it to storage. I'm not sure, but that's the last time I saw my GameCube, my Nintendo GameCube. Um, I never been a PlayStation guy. My brothers had PlayStations, um, so I don't know anything about those games. I just always been well. I had my Nintendo GameCube from there. I went on years later to have my Xbox 360, and that's that. I don't need anything else. I'm entertained by these games that I play every once in a while. I don't play it every day or every night. I take long. I'm not that heavy into games once again. There's not a whole lot of games that I get into. There's random games I would buy back then for the GameCube. Not so much these days. Also because back in the GameCube, I think the most a game cost was like $20. If anything, maybe even just 15 or $16. But like for the Xbox, it's like 60 when the game is new. Maybe if it goes down to like 40 or 43.99 or some of that. That's too much in my opinion for a game. So that could be the cost could be another reason. But yeah, like back in the day in the GameCube time, I would buy random games of, but stuff like I knew I would like, because they had characters that I knew I would like the Crush Hour of WWE. Um, there's a game of Trek, and you got the Trek characters racing, um, and the Incredibles from the Pixar movie. There was a game, and I had that one for GameCube as well, and just stuff like that. So those were the games I played. Nothing too popular, but that is in case you were wondering about that. Okay, I think that's about it. Thank you all for listening. I hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully I do this type of show again, and hopefully I get a lot interest for it that it helps my channel grow. That is what I'm trying to do after all. Well, you all take care. Have a good night. And I'll you listen to me at another time. Hopefully, take care, y'all.